Guys, I'm back for real this time. Hi. It's good to be back. Oh my god. Haven't seen you guys in a hot bit. Let's just say junior year exists. It just exists. Like, I can't explain how bad junior year is. Actually, I am gonna explain it because that's what this video is. The purpose of this video is to recap my junior year because I stopped posting once junior year started. And also, I'm gonna give tips on how to survive it because if I had a friend or a YouTuber that would give me tips on how to survive junior year, and it's not the generic tips, I feel like I would be better as a person. But here we are. I'm starting right from the beginning of the year. So my last video was the mission trip. Is part 3 ever gonna come out? We'll never know. Really, it's a mystery. I have a little notes thing on my phone so I don't get off track, which I still will. Semester 1, I quit tennis. I just like swim better. My choices were swim or tennis. Due to my injury, I chose swim. I attended a lot of football games, which is very new to me. I never did that a lot sophomore year, so I did a lot of that. I studied like a maniac. I hate Spanish. Considering Filipino is partially Spanish, that is just sad. I got inducted into NHS, which is cool. I joined the smart kid cult. Homecoming, very, very fun. First non-COVID one, which is great. We almost crashed on our way home. Oh my god, there's a water! Enough said. Dress malfunctions. Enough said. A beautiful dress. Everything fit except there. And a birthday surprise. My friends were silly and surprised me with a birthday thing. Video.
Oh, we got Lizzy turning 17 with us tonight. Yeah!
They're super cute. After homecoming, like a week later, I went to Charleston, South Carolina, and Savannah, Georgia for like a little vacation. It was a much needed break. Before we go into the next thing, Lizzy was dumb and forgot to say that I was part of my first school play. It was really fun. I played this dude named Filipina. Did I audition for him? No. I'm saying him because originally the character was a guy and then we changed them into a gender neutral character, which makes sense because I am not a guy. It was a really cool experience. Very stressful. Fueled my sleep deprivation because sleep is not a real thing when you're a theater kid, and I respect them a lot. Not that I didn't respect them before. It was really fun, but yeah, I forgot to say that. I don't know how I forgot. That might have been a trauma response. I just like stuffed it in the back of my mind and forgot it. I don't know. After that, Halloween. I don't know what other way to explain Halloween. Do y'all know that pink panda from Fortnite? That was my trunk or treat costume because I didn't have my Velma costume until like 2 days before. Juniors won Powder Puff. I am the defense MVP. I am a goat. Lizzy being stupid again. I also auditioned for my district choir. I was 26th out of like 300 girls. It really sucked because they took 25 girls. That was a fun experience. It was beautiful. Here's the video. But yeah, it was great. Swim season started. You know how I studied like a maniac? That caused sleep deprivation. I slept everywhere. I love sleeping. Sleeping is now my hobby because of junior year. I made it to counties, and you know how I said I quit tennis because of my injury? Completely worth it because I started getting my times from before I got injured because I haven't improved since my injury, and I finally got those times. I visited Fox 43 for this career summit thing. It was cool though. It was really cool to see how all of that worked, and I got pictures. That's the most important part. Our mini-thon dodgeball tournament at our school did not win, but you know, it's for the kids. Semester 2, the worst semester of my life. Studied my brain doesn't work anymore, clearly. Studied even more like a maniac thanks to physics and honors, American political science, and Pennsylvania political science. Just by those two names, you can tell they're just not fun. Swim season ended. I made it to districts for 100 back and my relays. Finally beat my PR from before I got injured in 100 back, so I think that was very much worth it going to districts. I got a sportsmanship award. Even more sleep deprivation due to physics and HAP studying non-stop. I love sleeping now. I'm gonna sleep after I film this. I went to Thon at Penn State for a visit. It was super fun and the vibes were just immaculate. My first prom. As always, there were dress malfunctions. I am 5'1". The dress probably was 5'1" on its own. I wore like 6-inch heels. I still wasn't tall enough to walk in the dress, so constantly I was like picking up the dress and moving around with it. Sleep isn't real in junior year. I started drinking coffee. I told myself from a young age that I would never drink coffee, and now I drink coffee. Track season ended. I finally hit sub 30 in my 200. Stop. Before you start making fun of me, my PR was a 28.5. Pretty sure. Before you make fun of me, Track isn't my real sport. I do it for fun. I'm just happy I improved that time because it took forever to meet sub 30, which is really funny because I can't hit sub 30 in swim, only for freestyle. I hate freestyle. I'd rather die than swim freestyle. Qualified for the 200 in counties, and that's it, which is fine because I hate the 100. I became president of student council in our school, and then I became the social media secretary of our NHS chapter. During the awards week at our school, I got the Academic Excellence Award, Theater Award, Choir Presidential Award, Choir Outstanding Junior Award, Sportsmanship Award for track. Very, very fun week. Finals. For my one class, I studied for over 10 hours that week, and I only studied for like 3 days, so put that into reference. And then for the other class, physics, I studied for like 15 hours in those 3 days. I passed all my finals. Were they good grades? No, but I passed, and that's what matters. But that's basically how my junior year went. It didn't sound as busy, but it was really busy. And that's kind of why I never filmed or posted videos, because I wanted to make sure my grades are as high as possible, especially since I'm applying to colleges next year. Ew. So on to the tips portion. I wish I had heard these tips my junior year. I feel like it would have been much easier to survive, because let me tell you, it was a struggle. Now, let me look at my phone. Tip number 1, quality over quantity. This is in the context of friends and your schoolwork, to a certain extent for schoolwork, okay? Turn your stuff in, guys. But your friends, it is so much better to have a small circle of people you actually like than a big circle of people you think are fake. Saying that not only because I personally experienced it, but my freshman friend is also experiencing it. I feel like that's the general rule in any place, but I find that very important, especially in a year that's so hard, to have a good environment. Turn your things on time, because I didn't. I turned things in not on time, definitely affected my grade, really pushing my NHS status to the edge. Turn your stuff in on time, because you need those points. You don't want to lose points just because you're lazy and you forget to turn it in. Don't procrastinate. And I say this but still procrastinate, but don't procrastinate, especially when you have tests. Study, study, study ahead of time. Actually study. I find this really important, especially in junior year, especially in physics. One method that I use the most is the recall method. So after I create all those Quizlets or I write all the notes down, I go into a separate piece of paper and rewrite it again, but in my own words without looking at the sheet. And then for the things you don't know, you clearly know what you need to study and you do that whole thing again. It really helps just to make sure your brain can like remember this data without relying on the notes and stuff. Go to school events. Live your life. As much as I'm saying do your work, don't procrastinate, yada yada yada, live your life. You're in high school. You're not going to be young forever. If you have schoolwork but you need a break, take a break. Go to a football game. Go to a basketball game. Go watch your friend's game. Just something to get you out of your house and away from your homework. Now, these are kind of basics, but work hard and have fun. Remember that your hard work will help you significantly in the future as much as it doesn't seem like it does. You will thank yourself later. Take care of your mental health. It's okay to not go to school and just sleep all day. I was only absent once my first semester, and that was because I was sick. Second semester, I used 7 absences, and I think I was only sick one of those days. I don't regret it one bit. One, because I do a lot of work at home, because sometimes I literally just can't do work at school some days, or some days I just lay in bed and sleep all day. Whatever you need to do to get yourself up and ready for the next day, that's okay. And last but not least, to my overachievers, like myself, you can say no to extracurriculars. As someone who hates to say no, because I said yes to a lot of things. Don't regret it. It taught me time management, a lot of skills, but crowded my brain and made me stressed as heck. If you need a break or you know you can't do it, you can say no. But that's all the tips I have. Junior year recap and junior year tips. I hope that helped. If you have any other tips, say it in the comments, and I promise I will be back this summer. And here are some random videos from junior year that really just show off how it went. I need to pee so bad, but no one told me theater was gonna be so hard.
How many things you think about before you get to me?
I was trying to do physics. Today, we're gonna try and drive. I'm gonna scream it. And I still don't know how to outro videos. Bye.